Hello everyone, it is great to have all of you over here. And this is the 13th edition of Cloud Weekly.
Yes, thanks Antrich. Thanks for starting.
We will give few minutes for others to join before we will start.
Sure.
Hi Aditya. Hi Dev Kanchan. It is great to have you over here. This is Cloud Weekly. It is our weekly discussion space. So here we allow everyone to speak. If you have anything to discuss, if you want to talk about anything, please feel free. I have sent you a speaker invite. You can accept it. Hi Aditya. I guess you have the mic now. Hi Kaushik. And yeah, hi Hiral. I think you're joining for the first time. I have sent you a request to accept for being a speaker.
I think Aditya raised his hand. Aditya, you want to say something?
Aditya, if you're saying something, we are not able to hear you.
Hi Antriksh. So this is my first time on Spaces. I was a little confused from the invite. Sorry.
Yeah, no issues. Hi, Dev Kanchan. Can you please introduce yourself since you are joining for the first time, I guess?
Yep. So hi everybody. I'm Deb Kanchan. I'm founder of Ride. Ride is a ride hailing service for the average people. So we are just like Uber, but we are majorly focused on e-rickshaws and auto rickshaws in tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 areas. That is our market. Sorry for the noise outside. It's still after Diwali effects. You can hear them. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, that's no issues because I guess in my background also sometimes you will hear like a rocket going off or something. So yeah, no issues. And yeah, that's a fantastic project that you have got over there. Great to have you.
Thank you, Antarix. And by the way, I still couldn't solve that Nginx problem.
Oh, would you like to discuss about it? I guess Avik is there over here. He can help you.
Yes, I really want to listen that problem. What exactly it is?
Sorry, Avik, I couldn't understand you. Your voice was a little noisy. Can you repeat that again?
I'm telling that I'm really very interested to understand your problem. What exactly problem you're facing into Nginx?
Sure, sure. So this is what happened. So I created a WebSocket server. I
Okay.
packaged it using Docker, and our entire backend is hosted on Google Cloud Run.
Okay.
Now, the architecture is like this: the services are also hosted on the Google Cloud Run,
Okay.
and the reverse proxy is also hosted on Google Cloud Run. So whenever we need to talk to our backend APIs. We talk to the Nginx first, Nginx reverse proxy first, then it proxies to the appropriate Cloud Run service. Now this works fine for every use case till now,
Okay.
except this particular use case. When I try to do this with a WebSocket server,
Okay.
it's let's say its name is location update. Location update. This service's name is location update.
Okay.
If I try to connect to location update directly via Postman or any client,
Hmm.
it connects and it works perfectly.
Okay.
When I try to connect to any HTTP services via the reverse proxy, it works
Okay.
great.
Okay.
Now, when I try to connect to that WebSocket service through the reverse proxy, the
Hmm.
connection first, the request first goes to the WebSocket server, all the way to the WebSocket server,
Okay.
and connection successfully upgrades. And as soon as the upgrade is complete, the connection stops abruptly without any further notice whatsoever. Now, this problem is peculiar because I have not been able to replicate it in any other setup other than this particular setup. So I have ran the both of the Docker containers, the reverse proxy and the WebSocket server on my machine, and it works perfectly. I
Okay.
have taken them both to App Engine, works perfectly.
Okay.
I have I have let I have hosted the reverse proxy on App Engine, just the reverse proxy on App Engine,
Okay.
and the backend, the WebSocket service on Cloud Run. That even works fine. Anything except client Nginx on Cloud Run and WebSocket on Nginx. Anything but that works fine. That exact configuration does not work.
Okay. See, I also face this problem, not exactly with the web proxy or like that. Okay, we face the same problem when we are using with the help of Kubernetes. Okay, what exactly happen whenever we are using the Nginx server into the Kubernetes has their own Nginx server. Okay, means ingress server on a layer 7, but this Nginx works on a layer 4. You are agree with my point, right? It works on layer 4, correct? You are also using on a layer 4, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so see what will happen, I'm guessing it. Okay, I don't know the exact solution for this, but I'm just trying to compare with the Kubernetes Nginx layer 7 issue. What will happen whenever we have used it, the Nginx as a reverse proxy, okay, for a ingress load balancer. So what will happen, the Kubernetes itself is giving their own load balancer or own ingress setup, okay, for the layer 7, but we need a connection from a layer 4. So I think you are also facing the same problem. You have to debug the problem whenever in your use case you are using it. Make sure there is no other reverse proxy on another layer is getting created, because I observed that in a Google Cloud some of the services has been created by own. Either you don't in some you have to make some more cases like that. Either you don't have to use any of the load balancer or any of the proxy, you can use the service directly. First of case, okay. If it's work, means somewhere from the Google Cloud itself is providing to us. Is this you got it? What I was trying to explain?
Yeah, I got it. Now here is the interesting part. So
Okay.
I was trying to debug it in a clubhouse room in a Discord server. Antariksh was there. Antariksh also helped me.
Okay.
And this is the interesting part. Thank you that you mentioned Kubernetes. The Cloud Run services are effectively uh, Google's own implementation of Knative service. In fact, if you run Cloud Run on GKE clusters,
Hmm.
it will run on the open source version, the normal version of Knative.
Correct. Agree.
If you do that, if
Hmm.
you do that, it will work. If all of your Cloud Run services are Cloud Run on GKE, then
Correct.
that will work.
Correct. I agree. Because see, what
Yeah,
will happen?
yeah,
Because your internal as well as the native services are going to use it.
yeah. Now the interesting part here is the internal load balancer that Google uses uh,
Correct.
for its managed Cloud Run service is
Correct.
called Extensible Service Proxy version 2.
Correct.
Now, there is something in that extensible service proxy that is causing this error. Now that
I think my
exact,
catch was correct on the right direction, right?
yeah, you're right.
Correct.
The Cloud Run implements the Knative API, but
Correct.
but there is something in the extensible service proxy
Hmm.
that is causing this disconnection. If you
Okay.
are to run it on general
Hmm.
Knative services,
It
same Cloud Run, but on your own GKE cluster, this exact same configuration will work.
correct.
But
Correct.
managed will not work.
Correct, because in a managed, Google itself is providing that service, and we are using it again. Okay, means multiple services for the same requirement we are going to use. We are using it. Okay, either we have to disable the internal service, or either we don't have to use and we have to use the internal service only. Because if we are taking a managed service, the Google itself is trying to provide it to us. So we also face the same problem. We struggle, or my team or I struggle for around 3 months, 2 years back. Okay, 2 years back, when we are not at all aware about the Kubernetes much, we are not at all aware about any of the concept related to the ingress.
Got it. It was a 5-day journey, but it was a very deep rabbit hole for me, and it was quite expansive. The more deep I go, the deeper the rabbit hole goes. And
Correct.
at the end, it turned out well. You can't really do much.
Correct. I agree. So what you have to do it, you just have to disable the server. You have to try to disable the managed service which Google is providing to us. If you will do it, if you will achieve it, your things will work.
I tried to do that, but looks like since it's managed,
See,
there is no way for you to
no, no,
change
we can.
the internal
I
ingress.
think we can do it. Okay, because we also cached with the help of logs. Okay, we have to, means we what where I did. I think we in the Kubernetes we have used the controllers, some other controllers to manage that part.
Oh no, Cloud Run doesn't give me.
I agree.
Use Cloud Run Manage, so I don't
Correct.
have access to any Kubernetes
Correct.
resources there.
Correct. Uh, I think in Cloud Run also we can. I have to try it. Okay. To give me a time. Okay, tonight I will try that same operation. Okay, if I can disable any of the thing. Okay, if I can disable any of the one thing, then I can give a hint. Then by with the help of this approach, you can try it. If it's worked, I will definitely let you know that part.
Dev Kanchan,
Sure,
if
sure. Thank you.
I think you joined our that group, right? Did you join on WhatsApp or on Telegram?
I don't think I have joined.
Okay. So sure, then I will send you the group link, and we have lot of people over there who can try and help and debug your use case. Even Avik, he will share some material that can help you. I guess as he was telling that maybe Cloud Run is not perfect for that, and I guess that is exactly what we were talking. That there is something in Cloud Run that is not really matching up to your use case. So either you will have to try and use instance of Cloud Run that is having more capacity, or else you can try and use maybe some other service for that.
Yep, yep. Thank you very much. Also, one question that I have, consider me a absolute PubSub newbie. All right.
Okay.
First of all, is PubSub a good topic to talk about here?
Um,
Yeah, sure. Why not? As long as it's cloud, you can talk about it.
correct, correct.
I don't think it's much of a cloud, more of like a engineering decision. So let's take our use case. Each driver every 3 seconds produces a location update. Now, some user of ours wants to get that location update, and so he needs to subscribe to a pub subtopic. Now, this is a very common use case where you need a very specific set of messages from your pub subsystem. Topics is a good choice, but uh, creating one topic for every damn thing doesn't seem scalable. But on the other hand, also, uh, if you don't do that, the consumer has to filter out the messages they don't need, and that can be a lot if it's a high throughput system. So how do you manage that? What is the sweet spot, and how do you do it?
I'm not much sure about it because I haven't used that much. I only use for one of the requirement. Mm, need to think for that.
No problem, got it.
Antiksh, you want to say something?
I guess no. Even I am not exactly the right person to answer this, but I can say one thing that when you talk about PubSub or when you talk about Cloud Run, these things on the back end they support very highly available services, but that does not mean that what you are getting for yourself that is able to scale up to that kind of demand. So right. So there is a very good chance that what kind of instance or what kind of service you are getting, it is not exactly to the Mark II scale that much fast. It is still very much slow. And if you have, like, let us say, if you have an enterprise account, then we can think of something. But you are having a basic account, right? So in that case, it can be considered that it may not be the maximum capacity.
Got it. Thank you.
I mean, in order to make it a fair game, in order to test it properly, you should actually be doing it on an enterprise account, right? And the same thing will be for, I guess, PubSub as well as for the previous discussion about Cloud Run. So let us say normally you will be getting a single instance, I guess, if I remember it correctly. But you can scale it up. You can have even more instances together, matching your entire workload. So that is something, if you try to do that, maybe your problem will be solved.
You mean auto scaling, right?
Yeah. Instead of using one instance, you will try and force it, or you will from the starting itself you will be using more than one instance.
Oh yeah, in Cloud Run, in any account, you can. The basics of Cloud Run is that it's called auto scalable, and now it even supports minimum instances. So that is taken care of in Cloud Run.
Yes. So the way you will be building it, you will try to make it that from the start itself you are having higher capacity.
Yeah, exactly.
It will require a little bit of change in the coding part, but I guess if once you are able to do that, it can be very good. Uh, yeah, so I guess I will have to give some time to the others as well. So, hi Shibin, it is great to have you. Would you like to talk about something? Do you have any things you want to ask about?
Hi guys. So my mind is really blown by the things I just heard now. Like like I never expected that I can like join this time. It's fun like listening to all these things.
Cool, cool.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, Eddie, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so like the future ready talent program is there, right? So do we get vouchers of exams that EZ 900 etc. Other exams are there.
Antriksh,
Uh,
this is for you.
Yeah, but can you please tell me more about this Future Ready program?
uh, Future ready talent, like it's type of internship.
Okay, from where? From where you are getting Eddie this thing?
That future ready talent dot in.
Okay.
That's the site. Yeah, but I'm not sure about the that do we get the vouchers for exam. They are
Oh,
providing the resources.
Did
I
they
think you can
mention?
ask Shibin. You can ask Shibin. He participates in a lot of programs. Shibin, have you heard about this one?
Yeah, I actually checked it, and I guess they won't provide any vouchers, anything. They are just giving the learning path and everything.
Okay.
Eddie, this is they committing anything? They are providing that they will provide the AZ 900 voucher. Is they mentioned?
No, no,
Okay.
it's not mentioned there anything.
Okay, if they're not mentioning, then don't expect. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I had a doubt. I don't know if it's right to ask here.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead and then we will think.
Yeah, yeah. So I was going through the GCP platform, and I just saw a new thing called carbon footprinting. So does that provide the entire list of all GCP's carbon footprinting, or our own account carbon footprinting?
Right, very interesting. I guess I will have to search a little. I might have written about it. I will try and search the tweets that I have about this. So essentially, what it exactly does is it is a part of Google Cloud's commitment to becoming a sustainable company and trying to be carbon free by uh, in the coming few decades. Okay, so what it will be doing is it will be telling you project wise, but there are different reports that are published. There are different white papers, you can say, where you will be getting the statistics GCP level also. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I got it now.
Awesome.
And by the way, your 30 ships of code is really amazing. I always read it.
Oh, yeah, it's great then. I hope that you have been liking it so far. It is coming towards the end, but it has been a great journey, and I have been writing a lot of essays, and yeah, it was a great experience for me.
Can you share the resources, like the website link where you are sharing resources? Antariksh Pro. Oh,
Yeah, what kind of resources? I'm just going to share. I'm trying to
cloud,
search for it.
about
If I find,
cloud and all. Like you shared me before, but I've cleared my WhatsApp chats. That's why I think I can't get.
okay, yeah, sure. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So yeah. Anyone else wants to talk about few things? Please go ahead and talk. No issues. We are there to listen to all of your, whatever you want to talk about.
what skills we should develop along with cloud computing?
I want to. Eddie, I think you haven't seen my today's tweet. Aditya
Yeah,
knows
your
about it.
roadmap is amazing, Avik. I also retweeted it.
Yeah, yeah. Hello,
Correct.
hello, hello, hello.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I'm audible?
Yes, Aditya, you're audible.
Yeah, finally. Hello, everyone.
Eddie, I think today's your answer will be in my tweet. Okay, just have a look my tweet. The
Yeah, I
answer is
just
on it.
look at. Yeah, I just had a look at your tweet.
And
It has all.
I written it that this is the most asking question which I face it.
Yeah, you even wrote that exactly.
No, I haven't expected that this question will come today also, but it came. It's good.
Yeah, actually, Vic, I have one like cool concept type. Do you know about WebAssembly?
WebAssembly, no, I don't know.
See, the thing is, the concept is like with WebAssembly, the thing what you can do is the lower level like programming, like system level type programming language like Rust, C, C++. These
Hmm.
codes you can compile it into a WAPSM file and you can run it on a browser. So the thing what happens is these are like very fast, right? Like lower level programming languages. So
Correct.
they will be like very fast and they will be efficient also. So I had one doubt like why don't we like instead of having the server client model, why don't we just send the code directly to the client and run it in the client itself?
Is that capable to handle the load as well? It's fast,
Yes,
is lightweight. I don't think so.
yeah, you actually it is possible. Like it's a
Handle.
it's a very cool concept.
I think you are talking about low code or no code platform. Is it something like that?
No, I'm telling about this thing, WebAssembly, where
Okay.
they actually did that. There's one package in C called FMGEP, I guess. It's for
Yeah.
uh,
Video.
it's for video editing, right?
Yes.
So what they did was one project I saw it on YouTube. So what they did was they just made converted it into like a WebAssembly program and they converted the videos on the browser. So you don't have to send the video to the server, convert it and send it back. You do it on the browser. So this is
But
like very efficient, right?
see, the thing is, the operation will be very costly because we have to maintain the caches.
Yeah.
Correct.
No,
If we
see,
are
I think I'm.
and everything, see, operation will happen if operation is happening on a browser. It will use your complete RAM.
Oh, that is there. Yeah.
Correct, and it's a we
Yeah.
can say that's a see everything cannot be possible on a browser because see, when we talk about the big operations, to achieve something is okay if you want to just run it, that's okay, but video conversion is really happening over the browser, only over the browser.
Yeah, but they use the lower level languages, right? So
Correct.
we can expect efficiency from that.
Correct, I think this is the only reason.
So I think maybe the future is about WebAssembly itself. Like everything, whatever you do in the browser, you
uh,
just need to have a browser.
maybe possible, maybe possible.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm able to understand a little bit about it. And it is somewhere on the side of, like, let us say, scripting languages, right? Because scripting languages are essentially doing the same thing. Like, even if you talk about TensorFlow JS, TensorFlow
Yeah.
JS helps you to run TensorFlow in your browser. So
Okay.
using pose animator and different kind of things, you can run everything in your browser, and it doesn't have to go anywhere else. And there are a lot of things that you have to think about, whether it is ethical, whether they are still sending some kind of data to their central server. Many things. It is a completely different conversation.
Yeah, maybe in the future we may have like functions of Node maybe running on the browser itself. You just need to send the code and everything happens in your server, in your browser itself.
No, what I'm talking about, like, let us say
Yeah.
it is happening in your browser, but do you know it is
Okay.
actually happening in your browser, right? It is also possible that along with doing the conversion in your browser, it is also trying to send some of the files back to its central server for processing or for anything. So it is also a data privacy argument.
Yeah, that is it.
I have also shared my tweet about sustainability. I guess some of the things that we were talking about CFE, carbon-free energy. There are some other things also that were announced recently. Everything is mentioned over there. If you all want, you can go through that.
Yeah,
So
sure.
it is all part of the commitment that Google Cloud is doing, because after all, it is one of the biggest companies, and it has to have a lot of environmental goals in order to truly sustain itself. Because nowadays, how do I explain it? Nowadays, the conversation in the market is all about sustainability. It is not about having the best product. It is also about having the best product without compromising on what you already have.
Yeah, that is
Cool. Anyone else want to ask anything?
Aman, I guess you moved back to the listeners, maybe due to network issues. I have sent you the request once again. If you want, you can accept it. And I guess the same for Kaushik as well. Everyone is facing network issues, I guess, because most of the people will be moving around uh, due to the festive season. Hi, Aman. Yeah, no issues. How are you?
All good. Are all around the crackers.
Yeah, even around me, right? When I'm speaking, I'm having a lot of crackers going off.
Well, it feels good. Let's hope that in all of our lives, such crackers burst of joy and all the achievements you wanted so far to gain.
Correct,
That's a
correct.
very good thought for everyone. Yes, thank you so much, Aman.
Yeah, everyone is doing their own part. Everyone is hustling. Everyone is will get their reward sooner or later.
So, yep, if you all want to share anything, please go ahead. If you want to ask any questions, otherwise, I can talk about my recent essay that I posted.
Hey, the 2 days ago there was a session about with Dan Sullivan, right, on YouTube.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, so in that session he shared some questions regarding Google Cloud, right?
yes.
He never told the answers or explained the answers about it. Can you do it right now?
I guess I will have to see the recording once and then we can discuss those questions. Yeah, that is a great thing. We can do that.
Yeah, cool.
The thing is that what happens with these events is that the questions are provided, but you always have to think on your own level and you have to decide the answer for yourself. Because without that, if let us say if he is telling the answers, then you will never be able to understand, and it will not even be the right approach. Most of the answers you will be able to get very easily by searching on the internet or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. But like sometimes when you're reading books, right, those are only theory. The questions you mentioned over there were like use cases or like a real life problems. It was um like a practice would be really good then. So I just asked it, right.
Yeah. I am already going through the recording. I am trying to search for the questions. And yeah, that is the part of certification. So when you are appearing for certification, right, you will never be having the theory kind of questions. which will be there in the book or in any kind of material. The questions will always be based upon real life situations, and that is exactly why we have this space, right? So weekly we will be discussing the different kind of situations, and we will be talking about them. Let us say if Aman is working at Sears, right? Aman, yeah. So if he has any kind of issues, he will talk about it, and we will try to debug it together. Before this, Deb Kanchan was there. Deb Kanchan was also facing a very big problem that he has not been able to solve till now. We were discussing about that as well. Can you please help me with the timestamp or where I can find the questions?
Actually, I don't know the time. I think those were in the slides. I never checked the slides, but I think those were there in the slides.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Vanshika Garg. It is great to have you over here. I have sent you a request to speak. If you like to introduce yourself, please go ahead. Yeah, sorry about the delay. I have found the questions. And actually, I mean, these are not exactly the, directly from the exam kind of questions. But yes, this can help you get an understanding of the kind of questions that will come in the exam. So I will go through one of the questions. The CTO of an online retailer wants to reduce cloud costs, especially the cost of computing GPMs. The engineers
Can you
realized,
wait for
sorry.
just wait a second? Just wait a second. I'm opening the slide. Can you tell me the page number? Or
Yeah, sure. It is there in the 15th one.
yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah,
I was trying to search in
the
the video,
CTO.
but it was taking a lot of time, so I just opened the slides.
Yeah, yeah, it's open now. You can go ahead.
Okay, so here the CTO of an online retailer wants to reduce cloud costs, especially the cost of computing GPMs. The engineers realize traffic loads are highest in the mornings and 2 evenings a week. At other times, much of the deployed VM resources are not used. What GCP mechanism could you use to optimize the number of virtual machine instances running at any given time? So the first option is unmanaged instance group. Second option is managed instance group. Third option is preemptible machine, and fourth one is cloud run. So I guess if anyone else wants to take a shot, they can also try and answer this question. Anyone else who wants to give it a try? I can also repeat the question if required. Okay, no issues. So here we will start by discussing the different kind of options that are available. So see here what you have to understand is you have to look for the different keywords in the question. So okay, so one keyword that I can see over here is reduce the different cloud cost, and second one is that they are specifically looking for reducing the cost of compute engine only. And then there are different keywords like the traffic is highest at a specific kind of time, like let us say morning, and some of the evenings in a week, like only 2 evenings in a week. So here you will start to get an understanding about what the answer will be. Now let us say if you are talking about unmanaged instance group is never used in a production setting or in a business setting. Usually you might be using for your projects, but most of the time it is not used. Managed instance group is used mostly for load balancing and for if you want to have a group that can auto scale on its own. Preemptible machine is the right answer over here, because preemptible machine it is there for the workload where you are not using the compute engine for a longer period of time. If you are using it for short periods of time, if you are okay with the instance shutting down sometimes, then you can use preemptible machines, and that is why I think that preemptible machine is the right answer over here.
Okay, I guessed it right, but when I read about it, it said it can shut down anytime. So, like, how is that? How is
Yes,
that
yes,
like?
yes. That is a very important thing over here. So it can shut down at any time. So it is not exactly the recommended kind of approach, and it is not the perfect answer. But according to this question, according to the different keywords, this is the most appropriate one, right? So that is what you have to understand, that it is, you can never be perfect, right? There can never be one size fits all. It can never be that for one specific use case this is always the perfect one and nothing can go wrong. Of course, like let us say the preemptible machine can shut down sometimes when you're doing some important work, but depending upon the workload, right, when you're seeing that it is not very concentrated and it is not very highly available, so that is why preemptible machine can be used.
Okay, got it.
There is a small chance that it will shut down sometime when you are doing important work, but most of the time it does not happen.
Yeah, got it. Like that was the main doubt over there. Because I read that after 24 hours, if those VMs are online, then the frequency of shutting down just increases. So, I thought it wasn't like how could one afford it like if it shuts down like in middle of something. So
Okay, yeah.
But like when it's there that it can shut down anytime, so like how can you so surely say that, like when you're doing something important it won't, and like
That is a very important question over here, and that is, one way to explain it is that GCP, Google Cloud, is never publishing everything that everything that we need to know. So that is why it is a bit difficult to understand that why it will not happen. But most of the time, it does not happen. That is because it is trying to work behind the scenes and trying to understand what kind of workload that you are giving to it, right? And because
okay.
of that there is a very small chance. The chance is so small, like let us see if we talk about this question, right? Let me go back once again, and it is highest at only one specific time. And if you Kaushik, if you can repeat what you read in the documentation. So if it is inactive for 24 hours, then the number of shutdown increases. But if it is already active, then it won't shut down abruptly, right? That is not how a preemptible machine will be working.
I think I read the preemptible machine just shutdowns more, like its frequency increases after it's been active for more than 24 hours.
Yes, its frequency increases. So, I mean, it
Yeah.
kind of tries to adjust to your workload. That is exactly what I'm trying to explain over here. The way it is built, it is not built in a way that it will just stop out of nowhere, right? You know, like let us say you are updating a package and it shuts down. That is not how it is working.
Yeah, okay.
The
I
basic
get it.
idea behind a preemptible machine is that it is trying to be online at a way at somewhat reduced period of time and not for a highly available application. Like let us say if you're talking about even Twitter, or else if you're talking about Spotify, these are some of the prominent Google Cloud partners, and they require a lot of capacity from Google Cloud, right? So Spotify literally talked with the Google Cloud team, and they even changed the support cycling. Okay, so the way they offer support, that also they change, and that is the level of influence that they are getting. But that is not something that you will require most of the time, right? Like let us say maybe this is a small startup, or this is a small kind of company which does not require that much of availability for their application, so they are okay with their application shutting down every once in a while.
Yeah, it's making sense right now. Yeah.
So I guess I will explain one more question. I will try to explain actually. uh, The second one was you are working with a client to migrate a large number of documents to cloud storage. You are uploading files in parallel over a 10 Gbps network. The files are not loading as fast as you would expect given the network bandwidth. What might be causing the longer than anticipated time to write files? First one is you have incorrectly configured access control, and this is allowing slowing write operation. Second one is you are using personally identifiable information, including IP addresses in the file names. Third one is you are loading files with sequentially closed names. Fourth one is you are writing to buckets that do not have globally unique names, which is delaying name resolution. Okay, so these are some of the options. If someone wants to take a shot, if someone wants to try and answer, please go ahead.
I think fourth one is not right because it we can't make globally like the every bucket should be globally unique, right? So that option goes, I guess.
Yeah. And
So
what about the other three?
talking about IP addresses, will it check about the IP addresses when uploading
Yeah.
files?
See, we are trying to get to the answer over here, which is very great. You have two more options left, which is you have incorrectly configured access control, and this is slowing write operation. And the third option, you are loading files with sequentially closed names. Which one of these two do you think can be the answer?
I think first one mostly.
Well, but that's the thing, right? The way you answered the fourth one, the same thing is there for the first one also. If you
Uh,
have incorrectly configured access control, the file will never upload to the bucket.
oh yeah, that is there. Yeah. So sequential names
Yeah.
is the right
I
one.
mean, I'm not the right person to give the explanation. Dan Sullivan had given the explanation. And the thing is that it kind of tries to mess with how cloud storage is built, the way I understood it. It kind of tries to mess with how cloud storage is built if you are using the sequentially closed names. And because of that, sometimes it can be slowed down.
Can you define sequentially closed names? I don't know
Something like A, B, C, something like that.
Yeah.
Files
The
will
first file is double A, second file is AB.
name wise. Yeah, correct.
That is one way to put it. Of course, when you're talking about large number of like 10 Gbps network, of course, it can work in a very different way.
Actually, I don't know many things here how that affects the upload speed, but yeah.
I mean, as I explained, the exact application, I think it is better that we go through Dan Sullivan's video only for this one, because it is a little bit towards the higher side of how GCP is exactly working. And I may not be the right person to explain that. I guess Avik can maybe, if you have experienced something like that, if you have worked with high volume of uploads, maybe you might be knowing.
Actually, see, answer may varies. Okay, as per the different architectures, the answer may varies. So I have to understand the first use case, what exactly, how exactly they want to do it. Then only I will comment anything.
Okay. So there is a client. He's trying to upload a large number of documents, and he's trying to do that over a very large bandwidth of network, 10 Gbps
Okay.
network he's having. But for
Okay.
some reason, it is getting slowed down. We want
Okay.
to try and understand what are some of the reasons that you think that the upload can be slowed down.
See, we have to understand the queues. Okay, how exactly he's processing that. See, either he's directly processing it, he's only uploading it, then he started processing it. What will be the architecture? Because see, directly processing and uploading is a different approach, and processing is a different approach. Correct?
Yeah, sure.
So see, if he's only uploading, the uploading completely depends on a bandwidth. But if he's processing, it will be completely depend on a server performance, server speed. And what exactly he's processing it, that's also matters. What is the algorithm they are going to use it?
No, here actually we are talking only about uploading. Is there
Okay.
some way that upload speed can also be impacted?
Uh,
Uh,
okay, you are
I
uploading
think
where you want to upload it. If you are uploading only documents in S3,
Only cloud storage, Google Cloud Storage.
okay, Google Cloud Storage. Okay, means bucket, right? If you're only uploading into the bucket, it's completely depends on your internet speed. That's it.
Okay, sure.
It makes sense.
No, actually, in this question, it was talking about upload speed. It got slowed down because the user was using sequentially close names.
Hmm.
We wanted to try and understand some more about it.
Mm, no, not much idea.
Okay, yeah, sure. No issues. So I guess it may not be good to go into the one more question. So yeah, if I guess we have just one more question. Then okay, maybe I'll go through this a little bit faster. A machine learning engineer has collected 3,000 label instances to use to build a classification model. They are concerned that if you split the data into training, testing, and validation dataset, then the training dataset will be too small to adequately train the model. What method would you employ to further the development of the model? K-fold cross-validation, L1 regularization, feature engineering, dropout regularization. So if anyone wants to try and answer, please go ahead. Guys, it's okay even if you get the wrong answer.
I think I don't have any idea on ML.
Yeah, even me too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I am also not the specialized in ML, but I can try and use my skills to try and get an answer. And the thing is that the k-fold cross-validation, it is a method for writing a model. L1 regularization also, I think it is somewhere near to how you are writing a model. feature engineering is one of the techniques that you use in ML, and that is why the one of the ways that you can use dropout regularization, and that I think should be the correct answer. I don't remember the right answer that Dan said, so I cannot be sure about it. Kaushik, I guess if you are speaking, I'm not able to hear you.
No, I'm not speaking.
Okay.
This is totally out of my domain right now, the machine learning and
Yeah, it is a little bit towards a specialized kind of thing, but I think that the answer should be dropout regularization.
yeah, it might be like I can't even cross check it. Uh,
Yeah, no issues, no issues. Yeah, so I guess that brings us to the end of our 13th Cloud Weekly. I hope that you all enjoyed it a lot. If you have anything else to discuss, we still have like 5 minutes. If you want to talk about anything, you can go ahead and say.
Actually, this question is for Shibin. Shibin, you're from Mangalore, right?
Yeah. I'm not from
Uh,
Mangalore, but I'm studying in Mangalore.
which college are you studying in?
I'm studying in Yanapur.
Anyway, okay. Even I'm from Mangalore actually. I saw your profile and I'm like, you're from
Oh,
Mangalore. I didn't.
which college are you
Yeah.
from?
I'm studying in Canara Engineering.
Oh, it's nearby.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, let's meet sometime then.
Yeah, sure.
That was actually quite good to know that people are joining in from different parts of India. Hopefully soon we will be having people from different parts of the world too. So that will be like next level expertise and next level knowledge.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's required.
Let's keep it a goal for Cloud Weekly 100.
It doesn't have to be for 100, but I mean, it can be for even like 20 because let us say in the
Yeah,
first one,
20 or
right?
30.
When I was
Uh,
just starting it out, there were not that many people, and it is great to see that now that we are there in the 13th one, at least there are some people who join at all times.
guys, if
Yeah.
we will get your support, okay, you will means you will join every week, then definitely we will reach 200. Okay, if we
Yeah.
constantly, if we will get your support, you guys continuously joining, then definitely we will reach 200. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because we want to continue this. This is not
Correct.
formal kind of thing. This is just where we want to talk about the different issues that you are facing, the different kind of things that are there in cloud, and the new kind of things, so that you are also able to learn.
Because sometime what will happen if we will listen something new from you guys, okay, we will also explore from our side, we will try to debug, we will try to find out the solution. That's more important, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I think guys we are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great connecting with all of you, and hopefully you can join in next week as well for the 14th one. And yeah, in this one, I hope you have been able to learn many new things.
Yeah.
So, bye
yeah,
for now.
Yeah, okay.
Bye everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Bye,
Bye,
Good
guys.
night,
everyone.
guys.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Happy
bye.
Diwali everyone.
Yeah, happy
Goodbye.
Diwali.
Yeah,
Happy
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 Diwali,
Diwali.
Diwali.
everyone.
Happy Diwali, folks. Have a blast.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I think Ankush, you can close it at this time.